Perhaps for a long time, it's our first after the extraordinary seasons to see the priest wearing green. And it indicates that we are in the ordinary time. We are already in the third Sunday of ordinary time. But we know that the first Sunday and the second Sunday were also a bit special because we celebrated the feast of baptism of the Lord in the first Sunday of ordinary time. And last Sunday, we also celebrated the feast of Señor Santo Niño. And so now, for a bit longer period of time, we are seeing the liturgical color green that indicates the ordinary time. Why do I say this? Because for us human beings, we are always tempted to discover God and His works at extraordinary times. However, our gospel today reveals to us that not only at extraordinary times that the Lord reveals Himself, but in the ordinariness of our life. We heard in our gospel today the call of the first disciples, Simon and his brother Andrew, also James and his brother John. And they personally met the Lord in the ordinariness of their life, at their work, along the seashore. For the gospel said they were fishermen. And it was there in the midst of their daily chores that Jesus encountered them and called them to be His disciples. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, we are reminded by the Lord in this third Sunday of ordinary time to be keen and sensitive of His presence in the ordinariness of our life. There, at home, at work, or wherever we are in our daily schedule, God also encounters us. He meets us there and calls us to follow Him. We don't need extraordinary visions, extraordinary events. We don't have to wait for awe-striking situations in our life in order to meet our God. He meets us in our daily tasks, in the duties, whatever it is that we do in our ordinary life. And therefore, we should always be excited to meet Him and to be vigilant and sensitive of His presence. For in the midst of our daily and ordinary life, God is there to meet us. And one thing very striking for the first disciples is that after having heard the invitation of Jesus, the Gospel says, they abandoned their nets and followed Him. At once, they left their father, Zebedee, in the boat, along with the hired men, and followed Him. Instantly, nothing hinders them to follow Jesus. They were ready to leave and abandon everything to follow Jesus. Of course, God doesn't want us to abandon our own tasks, duties, and responsibilities, our respective jobs. But the meaning of this is that we are always ready to listen to Jesus and to abandon whatever it is that might hinder us in our personal relationship with the Lord. No matter how important that thing or person is in our life, we should be ready to leave and abandon them for the Lord. That is why Jesus told them, "Come, I will make you fishers of men." If before they were just fishers for themselves, for their own sake, now they are fishers of God, fishers of men. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, whatever we do in our life, whatever our job is, it is to be dedicated to the Lord for the service of humanity, for the service of others, not only for ourselves. Yes, no matter how ordinary, mundane that work that you do, either you are a public servant, a carpenter, an operator, a driver, security guard, teacher, nurse, doctor, and whatever it is that you do, it should be done not only for your own interests, for your family, but we should dedicate our work, our job, our tasks and responsibilities for the Lord and for the good of other people. If our ways before was for selfish reasons, only for ourselves, then, like the first disciples, we have to be ready to abandon and leave them behind. For God is calling us in the ordinariness of our life to follow Him and become fishers of men, fishers for the Lord. For whatever we do in our life, we can be of the Lord and become one for others, for the greater glory of God. Again, my dear brothers and sisters, as we go home after uniting ourselves in communion with God, let us open our eyes of faith in order to see and encounter Jesus where we are in our daily tasks, in the ordinariness of our life, and be able to listen to Him inviting us to come and follow Him. Amen.